Thank you for joining us here on Retiring Well this week. We have a wonderful show mapped out for you that talks all about retirement and retirement planning here on Retiring Well. So starting off the show, we're going to be talking about, are you ready to retire? How should you be preparing for this upcoming journey that's been your dream for the last many years of your working career? Next, common scams that target seniors. Again, unfortunately, there's so many out there. What are some of the current ones out there that maybe you should be watching for or looking out for loved ones? Then we're going to get into 8 myths about Social Security. There's so many different things happening out with Social Security, and it's such a big piece of retirement planning. What are some common myths out there that you have to watch out for? And to wrap up the show, we're going to be talking about different guaranteed income producing strategies. In retirement, income is like your lifestyle. It's what allows you to do all the things that you want to do. We have so much information coming at you right now. Stay tuned, grab a pen and paper, jot down some notes, and I hope you have a great week.
Retiring Well, brought to you by Centennial Wealth Advisory, financial advisors specializing in retirement planning and serving all of Northern Michigan. Retiring Well, helping you plan for a successful and comfortable retirement. Retiring Well, plan to retire well.
Are you about to retire? Here's how to prep. So as I was preparing for this segment, I couldn't help think of my preparation days when I was flying. When I turned 19 years old, I ended up getting my pilot's license, buying a share of a 1972 Piper Cherokee 140, a little 4-seater low-wing aircraft. And because I had a share of it, I could pretty much fly whenever and wherever I wanted to. One day I decided, hey, it's time to go across the country, and so I headed for Northwest Iowa. And as I was prepping and talking to my flight instructor and going through all the things that we needed to prepare for on this long flight and mapping everything out, I'd mentioned to her, hey, I just got a present from my parents. It's a GPS. And this GPS is supposed to be able to help you, okay? It's 25 years old here. And so as I was flying, the weather kind of came down. It was a hot summer day, and all of a sudden I was at about 2,000 to 2,500 feet just below the clouds. The rule was I had to be able to see the ground in order to fly. Well, on that windy day, I ended up getting blown off course. And so the map that I was using, okay, as I was flying across, gives you water towers in different cities and different landmarks on the ground that you're tracking. So I flew down, put myself where I thought I was, and realized I didn't know where I was. And so I took this out and I started figuring out how to use this. And I put in my destination and I clicked go to. And as soon as I did that, and as soon as I saw that, I realized that I was about 20 miles off course. And because I was 20 miles off course, I had to make a change. And so if I hadn't prepped with that GPS, if I hadn't had another tool in my airplane bag there, who knows what could have happened. So how do we help you prep for retirement? Here's a list of 9 things, and I'll have one at the end as a bonus. First thing, let's do a good financial review. I might call it a red flag review of your financial plan. What you want to look at: income, investments, tax planning, healthcare, and estate planning. Do a red flag review of those and see how you might match up with what you're trying to accomplish in those areas. The next thing is, you want to create a budget. What are my contractual lifetime income sources over here? What are my fixed expenses? And then what are my fun expenses? If you have an idea of how much you have to spend and then how much you want to spend, that goes an incredible long ways when we come into these long-term planning tools that we use a lot. The next thing is to maximize your retirement saving. Remember, you're preparing for the best adventure of your life. And so as you prepare, if you're saving, that means you're not spending more than you're making. And if that's the case, you're going to be already prepared as you get into retirement. Right now in 2024, the 401k max contributions, $23,000. And then if you are older than 50, you get up to $30,500. If you're thinking IRA or Roth, IRA contributions. Right now it's $7,000 per person. And then again, if you're over 50, you can get up to $8,000 as a contribution limit. The next thing is pay off as much debt as possible. You know, as you get into retirement, the less debt that you have, you know, the stronger of a position you're going to be in. Plus, the old adage is, you know, the borrower is slave to the lender. So let's get rid of any of those kind of headaches and free yourself up. The next thing is to look at your Social Security options. You can start at 62, you can go all the way and wait until you're 70 years old to start Social Security. And so there are a ton of tools out there to help you analyze it. Obviously, that's what we do all the time. And so if you ever have questions and you want to get a second opinion, if you need a co-pilot in your plan, obviously give us a call. The next thing is to look at and how you're going to prepare for health care. Usually you go through 3 different phases. You have your employer plan, they're taking care of it. If you retire before you're 65, now you have potentially marketplace health insurance, and so there's a lot that you want to deal with there. And then once you get to 65, then you'll have Medicare. Sometimes people have options for health savings accounts, and they're just not utilizing that. So that's something really good to look into. The next thing is to manage your investments. This is really simple. Identify your risk and identify what you're doing about your risk. If you don't know the why behind your risk, it's time to drill down and figure that out and figure out what markets are giving you as options right now, because there are a lot of really good, solid options out there right now. The next thing is, hey, you decide on a location. Where do you want to go? What do you want retirement to look like? Is it going to be warm? Is it going to be with family? Is it just going to be packed with activities? Put that on your list. Number 9 there, plan out the activities that you might want to do, okay? So you can make your little bucket list, and then you can make those dreams come true. And then finally, the bonus. They say you have about 1,000 minutes per day. So I would take 2 minutes in your day. Start with one thing that you're just going to let go of. Start with one thing that you're thankful for, what you're grateful for, and then finally finish with one thing that you just are looking forward to. Hope you enjoyed that segment. Have a great day.
Make the most of Social Security. Although Social Security isn't designed to cover all of your income needs, it's an important part of the retirement puzzle. Download our free booklet on the Social Security decisions at cen-wealth.com and learn how to optimize Social Security for your situation, why timing is so important when it comes to your benefits, ways to supplement your Social Security, and more. There is no cost and no obligation. Simply go to cen-wealth.com, scroll down, and click the download link to get your free booklet on the Social Security decisions.
Retirement. Something you've likely dreamed about for many years. Maybe you're approaching it here very soon or just recently retired. This is just for you then. Here at Centennial Wealth Advisory, we've created a retirement roadmap. Retirement is filled with many choices. What are you going to do with the grandkids? What trips you're going to go on? But first, we need to map out what this plan looks like. Where's the income going to come from? What investments is going to match up to produce that income? How are taxes going to look, and is there something that can be done to improve the situation today and for years down the road? Estate planning. What happens when you're gone and you're not here? What would you like to see happen with your assets and your estate and all of your loved ones that are left behind? Healthcare. You know, all the different options that exist out there and how different levels of income may dictate how much you're paying for your healthcare. Putting all those things together in a roadmap is a vital thing to retirement success. And not only that, but the confidence that you can go into that knowing you have a plan in place that allows you to enact all these dreams that you've had over the years. Simply go to our website at cen-wealth.com, and there's an area to click on to sign up for this retirement roadmap. You'll get instant download and can watch it right away. And the beautiful thing is it asks just a couple questions and it hones in it and customizes it just for you and your particular situation. We hope that this video provides great value for you and again, gives you the confidence heading into your retirement so you can plan to retire well.
It's your retirement. How will you live it? How will you be remembered?
Will you be able to take me on vacation?
Will you be there for my ball games?
Will you teach me your values? You'll be able to play with me.
Oh, help me go to college. How will I remember you?
Have the retirement you dream about. Contact us today.
Sadly, there are a lot of intelligent people out there that are using those skills for evil, especially scams. And those of you that are already retired or close to retirement, you want to be cautious of some of these most common scams that you'll see going on out there. Nowadays, these AI powered scams, so that's going to be through email, or they're going to analyze different patterns from your online presence, and they may reach out to you over the phone and try and manipulate you in some particular way to take advantage of you. So just be cautious of that. There's different types of funeral scams, sadly. They're going to read the obituary, maybe find out who family members are, and they're going to contact you saying that the deceased has a debt that needs to be paid, and they're going to maybe pretend that they're from the funeral home because that's now public information. You want to always ask for written documentation for any of these potential debts or expenses and have some type of proof that that is actually owed. There's a tech support scam where you might get a call or an email where they're warning you that there's a virus that's damaged your computer and they need to get on access to your computer to assist you with that. Once they do gain access, now you figure they have all of your different personal files and information, and then they can take advantage of you in different ways. There's sadly different government imposters, so the IRS or Social Security Administration, where they're going to say, well, you owe a certain amount in taxes, or there's an issue with the way that you filed for Medicare, Social Security, and we need to get more information from you to assist. The key thing here, neither the IRS nor Social Security Administration will initiate contact with you via phone. So be cautious of that. If you get that phone call, that is not the IRS or Social Security Administration. There's now grandparent scams where they're going to have some type of impersonator that it's your grandchild reaching out asking for money. They're going to claim that there's some type of emergency, and as much as your heart says, oh, I want to help my grandchild, be cautious because it may not be that grandchild that's actually reaching out. You want to communicate with the family and make sure before you ever give any type of information. There's different internet, social media types of scams where be cautious specifically with social media, and the more information that you provide or that you present online opens up the higher potential for being targeted. And so if you put that information about birthdays and other personal information, we call them bad actors, sadly are going to go out there and use that information against you. There's different types of investment scams. There might be a real estate investor or the different wealth manager that reaches out and tells you about, oh, we've got this exciting investment opportunity where you're going to get these huge returns in a short amount of time. Anytime you hear that, be cautious. As you're an investor, you know that typically when it sounds too good to be true, that's usually the case. There's now check fraud, where these bad actors may go and steal a check from the mailbox. They're going to change the dollar amount, change who it's payable to, and go forward with that. So you want to regularly be checking your bank account, making sure that there aren't any funds that have left your bank account that weren't to the desired place and dollar amount that you want. And lastly, there's different, sadly, caregiver scams. So when there's individuals that come into your home maybe to assist you when you're later in life and need some additional help, just be cautious of that. This could sadly even include different family members that get access to your information and can use that against you. So you want to make sure to thoroughly vet any health aides or caregivers, anyone that's coming into your home spending an extended amount of time. So sadly, all these are different ways that scams can occur, and you just want to be aware of them and have your antenna up to make sure that you aren't one of those that's targeted next.
Living life isn't always easy. It puts up challenges and obstacles you'll have to overcome. There are responsibilities. You put in effort to provide and take care of your family, and to save and invest, to balance work and life. Planning is the first step to succeeding. Plan to retire well.
At Centennial Wealth Advisory, we take a holistic approach to your retirement planning. So it's not just looking at what your investments are, but what is that long-term income plan for the next 30, 40 years of your retirement? What about taxes and what role they play in your retirement plan? Estate planning, what about life insurance, health insurance planning, all key areas to consider when looking at your retirement. So please visit our website or call the number on the screen. We'd love the opportunity to sit down with you for a no-cost, no-obligation visit.
Your grandchildren are precious to you. They are your life. This is your time to have that special relationship. Taking care of yourself is taking care of them. Centennial Wealth Advisory is offering a free, no-obligation retirement review to make sure you don't run out of money during your retirement. Centennial Wealth Advisory. Your best is yet to come.
There is a ton of information out there on Social Security, and oftentimes it's very difficult to tell fact from fiction. So what I'd like to talk about today is 8 myths regarding Social Security. The first one that I hear pretty frequently that's a huge myth is that Social Security will fully fund your retirement. That couldn't be further from the truth, at least for most people, okay? Yes, you can file Social Security at age 62, and in 2024, the max benefit that you can get from Social Security at age 62 is $2,710 per month. But in order to get that, you have to earn the Social Security limit, which is $168,600 for 2024, for 35 years, okay? So if you're a high earner like that, and you've come accustomed to that type of income, and you think you're going to live just on $2,700 a month at that point when you start collecting Social Security with nothing else to lean on, you could very well be mistaken. So that's a big myth right there. Social Security is not, or should not, be your only source of income in retirement. Then myth number 2, taking benefits early is best. Well, not necessarily, okay? Yes, you can take it at 62 right away, and that's the earliest that you can take it. But is it the best for your situation? Well, we don't really know, but it could be if you don't think if you're healthy, or if you're not healthy. If you don't think you're gonna live a long life, then it might be your best interest to take Social Security right away. But oftentimes, it could be in your best interest to wait a little bit longer to maximize those benefits later in life. Myth number 3, full benefits start at age 65. Now, I think where the confusion comes with this one is that, well, you can apply for Medicare and start Medicare at age 65. So a lot of people think that, okay, well, my full benefits of Social Security start then. And that's just not the case. So your full retirement age benefit is actually somewhere between age 66 and 67, depending on your birth year. And then you can also delay your benefits even farther until age 70, and that's when you get your max Social Security benefit. Myth number 4, applying in person is required. That's not the case, okay? You can apply right from the comfort of your own home online if you want to. Now, I'd suggest you be a little tech savvy with that because there's an application process that you have to navigate through on the computer. And I do find a lot of clients, they appreciate meeting with someone in person, face-to-face, to get that all squared away. Myth number 5, I can't work and earn income while collecting Social Security. That's not true either, okay? So you can work. Now, if you collect right away below your full retirement age, there are income limits, okay? For 2024, that income limit is $22,300. So if you earn more than that and you're on Social Security, there's gonna be penalties and you don't wanna go down that road. But once you get to full retirement age and after, there's no more income limits. So yes, you can work, but you just have to limit it. Myth number 6, Social Security benefits are not taxed. I wish, right? We all wish, right? You've paid into it your whole working life. You would think you'd get that money tax-free, but you don't. There are certain cases where you can, but your income has to be a little bit lower. So if your income is under $25K for a single filer, that's half your Social Security plus your other income, then your Social Security benefits would not be taxable. But if it's above that, well, then up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be taxable. So, myth number 7, it's impossible to stop my benefits once I start them. No. Actually, Social Security gives you a little do-over time, okay? If within the first 12 months of applying, you want to do it over and stop it, you can do that and then restart your benefits at a later date. But that's only within the first 12 months of applying. And then finally, myth number 8, divorcees can't collect Social Security. No, you can collect Social Security. Now there are some rules. You have to have been married for 10 years and you have to be age 62. But if that benefit on your ex-spouse's work history is higher than yours, then you might want to take a look at taking advantage of that. All right, there you have it, 8 myths on Social Security. If you need help navigating Social Security and all those different options, please don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Make the most of Social Security. Although Social Security isn't designed to cover all of your income needs, it's an important part of the retirement puzzle. Download our free booklet on the Social Security decisions at cen-wealth.com and learn how to optimize Social Security for your situation, why timing is so important when it comes to your benefits, ways to supplement your Social Security, and more. There is no cost and no obligation. Simply go to cen-wealth.com, scroll down, and click the download link to get your free booklet on the Social Security decisions.
I want to talk about guaranteed retirement income strategies. And before we talk about that, let's first set the stage when we talk about retirement income. You know, we do have a process we want to figure out, kind of get into that, what we call shortfall, to solve for. So first, we have some action steps that we want to do. One, what is our retirement income needs? We have to do a budget, right? What do we need to live on to do the things we want to do, pay the bills, and enjoy our retirement? So let's set that budget. That's step 1. We need to then, at that point, once we have that budget, talk to a retirement planning specialist. You know, have this person work with them, working out this plan, look at our investments that we have together. What is, now that we have this budget, what is the income needs that we have? What is our tax situation? All these other things, and so we'll map out this roadmap. Consider the investments, right? So as we're planning this out, the investments are a piece of that. How are we going to structure those investments to fill the income, to provide this income? Right now, we're fortunate to where we have higher interest rates that are out there. We need to leverage those, take advantage of those when we can, whether that simply be with just savings accounts or other types of accounts that I'm going to talk about in a minute with these need to be able to take advantage of these higher rates. We need to act now. If you're retiring soon, these action steps are stuff that we can't put off any longer. We want to be able to do this, and time is of the essence, and the more we have time to plan, we feel the higher the chance of success and also the greater confidence you're going to have heading into retirement. Also, when we build this plan out, action steps could be maximizing Social Security payments. Again, Social Security, when we take that, will determine about the amount of money we're going to be getting per payment, right? The longer you defer your Social Security, the greater the monthly payment will be. You can take it as early as 62 for early benefits, and you can delay it as long as until ages 70. That money is going to increase over time, depending upon your full retirement age and all that sort of stuff, and different factors. So again, we want to look at when should we be taking Social Security, not only from a longevity perspective, and that's something that none of us know exactly, but maybe you'll be able to provide some family history and lifestyle stuff that can help us lead us that, but just from a general financial planning, how does that fit into place? Manage your expenses, again, from an action step. Getting into retirement, talking about the budget and what is that sort of stuff. We need to manage those expenses and be realistic about that. Likely you're not going to go from living this lavish lifestyle while you're working and all of a sudden cut that way down to nothing and just to retire. You're going to want to have some lifestyle during retirement, right? And that lifestyle is going to be your income. Your income is going to provide that lifestyle. So back to the original point, guaranteed retirement income. So how do we get guaranteed retirement income? Well, Social Security in theory is guaranteed retirement income. One option though from an investment perspective is the use of annuities. Now, annuities may or may not be for you, and there's different types of them, so we have to be careful with them. Annuities are through insurance companies and are claims based on the insurance company, and that's who's guaranteeing the product. So I want to be very careful about the companies we're using and the types of annuities we're using, and also the structure of that, because they offer different benefits of that. So some annuities offer additional benefits that give you guaranteed lifetime income payouts over a certain time period or a lifetime. And that may be attractive for people, especially with recent market volatility, and if you've had stocks or bonds, you may be seeing portfolio fluctuations, and if you could have a guaranteed stream of income, that may be attractive. Again, it's not for everybody, but it's an option that sometimes is worth exploring. Earlier I talked about take advantage or maximizing interest rates, right? So with interest rates being really decent now for the first time in many years, some of these products have some attractive payouts over time. So once again, the point of this is those action steps I provided before as you're kind of planning it out, and then consider some of these guaranteed income streams that are out there. Again, make sure that you do your research on them, talk with a professional, and these insurance products that are out there, because there's many different types of them. Some may or may not have fees. So if you'd like to walk through those options with us, please give us a call. We'd love to walk through those with you and see if they make sense for your retirement planning picture and how that all fits into your overall retirement plan so you can plan to retire well.